Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. It's been a while since we did a woke compilation, a woke rapid-fire canon, but like always, I'm constantly collecting these stories. I keep all kinds of little internet tabs and bookmarks every time I come across some woke nonsense, and I accumulate it until I have enough to make a video. Because like I always say, we have to quantify this stuff, we have to put it all together. You know, these wokies have convinced themselves that what they're doing is saving the planet. They're changing the world for the better. They're solving the most complex problems that society faces. That's what they convince themselves of, at least. They somehow believe it in their deluded state of mind, or maybe they don't believe it and it's just a power tripping thing. But what I like to do is create a little bit of a juxtaposition, a contrast between that idea and, of course, reality. And the best way to do that is to put together a bunch of woke nonsense to provide some clarity. And of course, the clarity being, these people are absolutely insane, their ideas suck and make no sense. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that in the latest installment of absolute woke craziness rapid fire canon. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so this video is actually inspired by a little comedy clip that's been bouncing around the internet that really puts things into perspective and is going to help me make the point that I'm trying to make. You know, the contrast between what the woke left is doing and of course reality.
And the one that really killed me was last Christmas, we canceled a song that was written in the 1940s called Baby It's Cold Outside. People said that they were triggered, that the lyrics were rapey, and they had toxic masculinity. And that's fine if you feel that way, but radio stations across the country wouldn't play the song because people were outraged. Which is fine if you feel that way, but at the exact same time, the #1 song in this nation for over 2 months was Wet Ass. I'm not making that up. You can look it up. Google it. So I want to wrap up my show by comparing and contrasting the lyrics of these two songs. If indeed this country has lost its fucking mind, shall we? Let's start with the horribly offensive Christmas song written just after World War II. I really can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. I gotta go away, baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been so very nice. Yeah, you f***ing with some wet. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet. Beat it up, N-word, extra large, extra hard. Put the right in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's your hurry? My father will be pacing the floor, listen to that fireplace roar, well maybe just half a drink more. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes, this is wet, come take a dive. Talk your shit, bite your lip, ask for a car while you ride that. My sister will be suspicious. Gosh, your lips look delicious. My brother will be there at the door, waves on a tropical shore, well, maybe just a cigarette more. I don't want to spit, I want to gulp, I want to gag, I want to choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, this country has lost its mind.
You see what I mean when it comes to the woke leftist hero complex, the delusion of grandeur? They seriously think that they're solving the world's problems. They're creating a better world by doing stuff like this. We all remember the woke cancel mob going after the song Baby It's Cold Outside, absolutely ridiculous, as they continue to promote absolutely vile music filled with horrible innuendos and objectively promoting misogyny, violence, and crime. These leftoids aren't solving the problem, they're merely the punchline to a joke. And speaking of that punchline, let's see what the woke left is up to this time. Their latest struggle, their latest battle to create a utopic world vision. The word American is harmful language. Use US citizen instead, says Stanford University. Stanford University has listed the word American as harmful language and replaced it with US citizen. The university revealed this on its website on Monday via the Elimination of Harmful Language Initiative, EHLI, launched in May. According According to the US institution, EHLI was geared toward helping individuals recognize and address potentially harmful language that they may be using. Yes, you heard this right. This is what they're teaching young adults in prestigious university environments, that the word American is harmful language and should be steered away from. Instead, use US citizen. How absolutely absurd. First of all, the hypocrisy. I thought the idea of being a US citizen is hateful and bigoted. What about all the illegals? What about the whole borders are racist nonsense? If you have no skills, no charisma, and no ambition to really do anything significant in life, then just become an academic. It's a foolproof plan. All you gotta do is write research papers on ridiculous garbage like this, and you're gonna be a woke hero. I cannot express how dumb this decision at Stanford really is. The idea that the term American isn't inclusive enough, I mean, is completely backwards. The word American is possibly one of the most inclusive terms that you could possibly use. Because guess what? America is a melting pot, and you don't need to be of a particular race, gender, or religion. You don't need to come from a specific national background to be considered an American. That's what makes the term so beautiful and all-encompassing. The idea that it's harmful language shows just how broken and twisted woke ideology has become. You know, people from across the globe work so incredibly hard, so tirelessly, to be able to get a chance at immigrating to the United States, and they continue that work to be patriotic Americans to achieve US citizenship status so they can in the end call themselves American. But don't worry, folks, the woke left is solving the world's problems by banning a word. These people are crazy. And speaking of all the half-baked tactics that we're seeing from these academic woke leftoids, not only are they solving problems by banning words, they're solving racism with, well, you guessed it, racist discrimination. I present to you Exhibit 3 in today's woke nonsense extravaganza. A woke Pennsylvania school board member shows how insane the left really is. Take a look at this clip right over here.
Having said that, I believe that Mr. D'Elia would make an excellent president. However, I feel that electing the only cis white male on this board, president of this district, sends the wrong message to our community. A message that is contrary to what we as a board have been trying to accomplish. I think that it's important that we practice what we preach and that our words have strength when they are spoken, whether we speak them from the neighborhood sidewalks or from behind these tables. Mrs. Steinbeck has done an exemplary job as president these last few months, and the strength of her performance has earned her my vote tonight.
Well, there you have it, folks. The left has BTFO'd racism. How exactly? With literal racist discrimination against white straight males. This one requires no further explanation. And as we delve further and further into woke clown world, as we know they're taking over all institutions, whether it be HR departments in every single field of business, the world of media, the world of academia, and of course local, state, and federal government, well, the next logical step was obviously the military. Marine Corps considers replacing sir and ma'am with gender-neutral terms to eliminate possibility of misgendering drill instructors. There you have it, folks. World peace has been accomplished. National security no longer an issue. The military is focused on all of the right things like gender-neutral terms. Russia and China are building a tough, strategic, focused military. Meanwhile, the US, which seems to be a friggin' falling empire, and creating safe spaces for more stuff like this. But of course, I'm sure it's all just gonna end splendidly. The woke leftist mob has an incredible track record of solving complex problems, so world peace is definitely on the agenda, and they're definitely gonna do a stellar job there. However, most of this stuff, of course, is self-explanatory. Like usual, more ridiculous BS from the woke mob. And since this is, of course, part of the woke rapid-fire insanity saga, we'll end it with one more, a clip that you guys will probably enjoy, a nice little interaction, which shows you just how intellectually honest and genuine, data-driven, fact-driven these woke lefties really are.
Make it to the final. The girls will get $5,500 each. The blokes will get $69,000 each.
Each!
How can anyone justify this item?
They can't.
No.
I mean, the gender... I beg your pardon?
I can justify it.
How?
Why?
Well, I tell you what, stars don't get paid more money because, a sport doesn't become interesting because the stars are paid more money. Stars get paid more money because the sport is interesting. Let me ask you this. How many of you guys on the panel know who our Australian Matildas are playing in the quarterfinals?
Don't.
No, because you don't care about it. Now, if you cared about it...
I do if they win.
No, but that's the thing.
They beat Brazil.
Do you know what? All of you can go and watch W League games in the women's competition here, but you don't. Now, when you start to go and watch these women play the wonderful football they do, then they'll earn more money.
But I don't go to watch the men play football either.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people do, Ita. The Men's World Cup is one of the biggest money spinners on the planet. Women's football, even though at grassroots level it's working really, really well, it's got a long way to go. The other thing, let me ask you this about sports equality. The top 10 fastest men of all time in terms of sprinters are all black, of African origin. Are you telling me that the white guys should say, hold on, we should be paid just as much as the black guys for sprinting? No, because they're not as fast.
No, whoever wins gets the most.
Yeah, well, that's it. Do you know what? There is not one team in the Women's World Cup that could beat a junior male side in the A-League.
So what?
So they're not as good.
Well, they're playing women.
What?
Maybe verse them.
But why? But to me, it comes down to simply a matter of inequity. It's not... I mean, women are not paid the same amount of money as blokes in so many professions, and I think we need to pay women more in sport, in all sorts of different jobs.
Well, regardless of whether the product's as good.
But they are top of their game, so why aren't they paid
Because
top dollar for being top of their game?
They're not top of the mind.